Hello there, welcome back to Selenium Ninja for Selenium training. In this video, we will learn about the static dropdowns. So what are static dropdowns and how can we handle them in Selenium? So let me hit one URL. I have found one URL where you can easily practice this concept. Alright, this is a web page of LPU and inside this form web page, we have multiple dropdowns like we have one dropdown here. Another drop down is the gender one, and here is one more. All right, so our primarily focus will be on this state drop down. First of all, this is a drop down. This is a static drop down. That means it will not change. But how do you know that this is a static drop down and it will not change? For that, you have to inspect on this element. All right, let me spy on this. This element is having a tag name of select. So whenever a drop down is having a tag name of select, that means that a drop down is a static drop down and its value will not change. Let me add one simple Java project in which we can add all our jar files that are used in the Selenium projects. Alright, let's click on the finish and don't create. So our project has been created and let me add a simple package and the last thing is to add one class file. Let's name it as static. All right. Now let me import the jar files. I'm sure you must know how to import the jar files. If you don't know, please refer to the previous videos. And these are the jar files. Apply and close. The first steps are to invoke a Chrome browser. I'll copy this code from here and I'm sure you must be aware this code. Alright. Now import the jar files. Alright, here you can see and import it for the Chrome driver also. Now the first step is to direct to the URL. For that we have a command driver.get and let's just copy this command from here. Alright. Now as we know, this is a static dropdown and in Selenium we have select class to handle Selenium dropdowns. So let me create an object of select class. Select sd is equal to new select. Alright. Import the packages for the select class. Alright. Hold your mouse to this select option. Here you can see that we have to pass one web element. Alright. So you have created one object of the select class, but you have to tell this select class that there is a drop down on this web page. There is a static drop down on this web page and you need to pass that web element to this select class. So this is a web element, this is a static drop down and this information you need to provide to the select class so we can get all the methods available inside the select class. All right, let's inspect this and these are the HTML attributes of this element. All right, here we have one attribute called id. Let's copy it from here and use driver dot find element by id and paste it here Now, as it suggests here that you have to use one web element, so let's use it as web element and drop down. Now you have to pass this drop down in this select class, so the select class will understand that there is a drop down at this location. All right, import the jar files for the web element. All right, now this is a static drop down, and inside this there are a number of options available. Suppose you want to select one option based on the index value. The index starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, and the process goes on. Suppose I want to select this Arunachal Pradesh based on the index value. So the index value is 3. Let us see in the script. sd dot, we have these are the methods available inside the select class. So by to select the index value, there is a method called select by index, and you need to provide the index value here. All right, so once this option will be selected, you can see it in the execution process. But if you want to see the selected option inside the Selenium script, you have to use another method called get first, something like that. So let us sd dot get first selected option. So this method returns the text of the element that is selected dot get text to print inside in the console. So let's print this message out. All right, guys, so let us see the execution for this script first. It will invoke one Chrome browser, and as per our expectations, it should select the third options available at third index, that is Arunachal Pradesh. All right, guys, here you can see Arunachal Pradesh has been selected. Now, what if you want to select any option based on the text? Suppose you want to select Goa based on the text. Let's see that. Let me add some time so you can easily see the execution process. Let me just add 1 second. All right. SD dot select by visible text. This is easy. The methods that appear makes it easier. Now, what text you want to search? Goa. And if you want to print the message in the Selenium script itself, then please copy this message. That's it. Alright, guys, so let us execute this script. So as per the script, it should select first the option available at index 3 and then Goa. Guys, this is a static drop down, so the value will not be changed at all. The first time Arunachal Pradesh and the second time Goa. Alright, we have another method here called now. If you want to select any option based on the value, here are some of the HTML attributes, and one of the attribute is value. Suppose you want to select Jammu and Kashmir based on the value. Alright, let's copy the value from here and use this in our script sd dot select by value and paste the value here. Alright, you got the value from here. Inside the static drop down, value is provided. So let me just copy this step again so it can print in the console. Alright, guys, so let's execute this script also. So it should select three different options. The first time it is Arunachal, Goa, and Jammu and Kashmir. So these are the three basic methods in select class. Now, here are a number of options available. Suppose you want to print all the options inside your console. So how we can do that? For that we have one method in select class that is called as get options. For that we have method sd.getOptions. This method returns a web element, list and web elements. Alright, so let's use this method. And as it returns list and web element. Alright, now the first thing is I want to get the total number of options available. So how we can do that? Let's import the package for list first, java.util. Yeah. So how we can do that? That's simple. System.out.print count.size. So this way you can get the total size. Now, once you get the size, then you want to print all these options in our console. So let's write some code for that. For web element all options is to count. The total size of options is available in this object count. So let's use the for each loop for this thing, and let's print the message all options dot get text. So this way it will grab all the text and paste in the console. So let us see. Let us execute this script. So one browser is invoked and it will select the values in the drop down. Arunachal Pradesh, Goa, Jammu and Kashmir, and you see the total list is 38. Total number of options that are available in the static drop down are 38, and this is the list of all these 38 options. Alright, that's good. There is one important method available in select class as per the interview criteria. Suppose the interviewer asks, how can you know if the static dropdown is a single select dropdown or a multiple select dropdown? That means it can select more than one options at the same time. So how you can tell the interviewer the correct answer? So for that in Selenium we have one method called as there is multiple. So it returns a boolean type true or false. So basically this checks whether the drop down is a multiple select drop down or not. Alright, so let's use a value called, let's use a method as it returns boolean. So boolean value is equivalent to is dot is multiple, sorry. Alright, let's print this message out. Value I created one object here. Alright, so let's run the script. Now this time you can see the execution in a go. So the first the three options will be selected, it's changing, you can see easily, and it will it got all the options available in the script, and it also gave us the value of false. That means this drop down is not a multiple select box. This drop down is not a multiple select drop down. I hope guys this video was very helpful and you can practice on it. If you are facing any issues, mention in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It motivates me. Thank you and stay tuned.